Okay, so I disconnected the release cable and secure in two places at the latch. This one goes all the way across to the other latch over there. And these are the pieces that comprise the whole passenger side or right hand side assembly. You have the latch itself, which is, I don't know why it's so covered with all sorts of gunk. And that's going to take a good bit to get it cleaned up. These are the rest of the parts. You have 3 nuts. Then you have this little pin with a washer and a cotter pin. This one is the one that secures the very end of the cable. And then we have the spring with a little rubber tip. Okay, so I degreased the whole thing. It was really not in bad shape, but it was really super dirty. And it's looking a lot better. However, there is surface corrosion, as it is to be expected with most stuff made out of metal. And what I think I'm going to do is give it a very light coat of silver. I don't think it's worth it really to try to mask things because this is not, that important. I mean, I want it to be clean, and it is. But just for added protection, I think a little bit of paint will work wonders. And I cleaned as much as I could. I would have removed certain items, but there's no way to do that. Everything is going to rivet it in place. But everything seems to work well. So that's going to be the next step. And I am going to clean the springs. And I am probably going to paint these again for protection and to make them look better. Okay, let's reinstall some of these springs. Yes, I painted it dark red just because. And this one fits in here. There it is. And then this thing, when it, oh, that'll scratch a lot there because it is rubbing against it. There we go. So keep that in mind. It'll get a little scratch here and there. And then this is latched here. And then it releases with a lot of force. There. Cool. And this one was hooked up to the first notch there. So I don't know what the purpose is of having two, but this is how it was. So whenever you pull the release, and again, this is backwards, this is how it feeds. Let me think for it. Yeah. It goes in here, the cable connects here, and then the other end hooks up to this lever here. And when you pull that open, the lever to open the hood, this would move in this direction. So it gets pulled here, and this is what happens. This bottom part of the lever pushes this one down and it opens. So this is all working properly. And again, whenever you paint something, you're going to have little scratches here and there, so keep that in mind. I really don't care, and I think if you go with a black paint, it would be a lot, you could avoid seeing those scratches. But again, when the hood is closed, you won't see this little scratch there. And I'm not gonna bother touching it up because there's no point in that. But this is working fine. All right, so the right side latch restoration is done. I installed the big spring, which actually it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And the same applies to that rubber tip. I sprayed some silicone on it and it slid right in. So anyway, I think it turned out very nice. I'm glad that I chose the silver paint instead of a different color. And actually I sprayed some clear on the spring to protect the kind of like a chrome finish, which I really like. So anyway, other than that, this is ready to be reinstalled. I have to finish the firewall paint, but this piece is done and I'm very happy with it. Well, before I get too far ahead of myself, let's address the elephant in the room, and that is this hood latch. It was a little bit of a pain in the neck to remove, but I got it done. Let's try this 1/2 inch socket. Yep. It's truly covered with gunk and all kinds of stuff. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is to remove this little guy here. See if we can get this guy loose, and if that's going to give us, yep. Okay, so see, that's where the hood release comes through, and I'm going to have to find a way to remove this thing without ruining it in case I have to reuse it. Let me do a little brainstorming here. Yeah, so I had to get a little barbarian with this thing. And here we have a whole bunch of little parts. I hope I remember how to put this thing back together. But anyway, that is not my concern. I will figure it out. This is finally free. Anyway, I gotta clean everything up, look at the aim, and then decide on how to proceed. There's a lot of dirt in here, of course, but all that will be cleaned. And again, I have to figure out where these things go and how they operate. But that's part of the fun, right? All right, so I've been cleaning this hood latch. This is for the driver's side. And obviously, this is aftermarket. I removed the screws they had. They drilled the plate there, as you can see, not a big deal. But this is aftermarket, and I'm assuming this is related to the alarm system they installed. And all this did was it was connected to a cable, and I still have to trace that, but not that it matters. But it was basically a hood lock, which is, I suppose, a great idea, but I'm not going to be concerned about that. So this is just garbage, and I'm glad that I found that out, because I looked in the AIM. I didn't see any reference. I watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and nobody addressed anything specifically about that. But looking at the videos, you can tell that there was no such a thing as this locking mechanism or anything even remotely close to that. So that is a good thing. This cleaned up pretty good. I am going to remove, like I did for the other one, the springs, and this one goes right here. Okay, so that is that spring, and this one, just like the other one, this is the one that actuates the locking thing here. And then when you open the hood, you're pulling on the release lever that puts pressure on this thing, and it releases the hood for both this side and the passenger side. This spring connects from here to up here, and just like I said before, like the other ones, I'm going to clean them and give them a coat of paint. Okay, so I've been at it for about a half an hour, and I think I got it pretty clean. I still have to spray some parts cleaner, brake cleaner, something like that. Get it not looking, but get it really clean. That would be the main thing. And I still have to spray some stuff in there, no matter how much I try to get rid of that. I mean, there's stuff caught back here. So, but anyway, that is a small detail. And once that part is done, it's going to be ready to be sprayed with the silver that I like, so it looks hopefully as good as this one when I'm done. So that is the plan. This is going in the trash, and these have yet to be painted. So I had to spray paint this one kind of like this chrome finish, and then I gave it a coat of clear, and you can probably tell the difference between the two. It is just kind of obvious, but that was my only real option. I don't want to repaint this one. There's no need for that, and this is gonna live on the other side of the hood, so no sense overthinking this. The other springs turn out pretty decent. There's the other one. I really like that dark red finish. And again, it's just to give it a little extra protection and just a different touch. Why not? And the latch itself, and as you can see, looks great, and it's ready to be reassembled. Start with this one. I don't think it makes any difference. And remember, you may end up with a few scratches here and there. Not the end of the world. This one usually scratches when it rubs against this plate. But anyway, that is working. Then we have this one. There we go. Easy peasy. And this keeps this lever away from this one. So when this locks into place, then you can actuate the whole thing by pushing this one, which would be pulled by the latch cable, and that releases and pushes the hood up, and then the other spring, of course, moves the hood up even a little further. So next we have this one. Let's hope that this one doesn't scratch anything and that it goes as easy as the last one. Let's try hooking this one up. Let's try this other one here. So these two are in place. See, when I push here, it tends to, there we go. There we go. A couple little scratches here and there, nothing to write home about. So that is there. Clean this one, and I gave it a light coat of silicone. Let's see if we can push this one in as easy as the other one. Once you get it past a certain point, I think it starts going in. Yep, there we go. That's all there is to that. We touch up those later, just because they're so visible. And here, notice a little bit of paint missing. So, other than that, it's looking mighty fine. What else do we have to do here? So we have the springs, all three of them. We have the little bumper, and this is for the cable. I think that's about it, right? So there you have them. They look awesome. Okay, so I just have them sitting here to see how they look, and they look great, but I still have to repaint the firewall, of course, so that is going to be next. But in the meantime, I just wanted to show you the sort of the finished product. And again, it's the color that you paint them is totally optional. I think the silver looks great, and yeah, they look fantastic. And of course, I still have to vacuum in there. This is just really dirty, but that's no big deal. And yes, I added those little plugs there just because I think they look more intentional than just 3 random holes there. Nobody will ever notice them, but I don't care. I just things like that really keep me up at night. So anyway, yeah, really happy with the end result, and they really look great. And when this is all nice and finished black, it's going to be an awesome contrast. So I think the silver was an excellent choice. To those of you guys who would like to restore the wiper bay, this is a work in progress, and I'm still at it. So when this is all finished, you're going to see a stunning difference. So that's it for now, guys. See you later.